Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Thank you for entering the booth. Today, we're going to talk about this upcoming weekend's boxing matches on the zone. First matchup we're going to start with is Alicia Baumgardner and Elam Mekhaled. That's going to be going for the WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO undisputed titles in their weight class. And it's going to be a really interesting fight. I've got some ideas about exactly how it's going to go. We're going to reserve our predictions for the day of the fight, but today we're going to go ahead and do a quick analysis. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do appreciate your support. Please continue to join us for these great videos. All right, now let's go ahead and get into it. You've got AB the Bomb, aka Alicia Baumgardner, who's coming off a nice victory over Michaela Mayer to unify some titles, and now she's in line to fight for a vacant WBA belt, which is going to give her an opportunity to become undisputed. Now, that being said, Elam Mekhaled is kind of she's a good fighter. She's a WBC silver champion, so she's got championship pedigree. Not a lot of fights on her resume, but in the women's ranks, as we talked about before, there aren't that many women fighters to begin with, so there's not a lot of opportunities to fight on a regular basis, though I do see them being fairly active and fighting 2 to 3 times per year. Now, I did a quick analysis on both fighters in their last couple of fights, and I kind of chose what I thought were the biggest, brightest lights for them. And for me, for Elam, it was the Pursoon fight, right? So we're going to start there. There are some fundamental flaws that I saw in Elam's game that can be exploited by a fighter like AB, who can either box you or be on the front foot and be aggressive and apply pressure. Now, here's how it works. You have Elam in the ring with Pursoon, and I saw that a steady diet of a jab and good footwork where you jab, step to the side, and just create not amazing angles, just a little bit of an angle. Just change the trajectory of your shots, change the speed of your shots, and you've got an opportunity to get her off her game. What happens is, instead of firing or trying to time your shots, she stands there and waits for you to throw. She tries to block or catch the shots, and then she'll fire. What that means is, as long as you're first, you're going to have an opportunity to get ahead of her in every exchange. A fighter like Alicia Baumgardner, who actually has a really good jab and a long extended jab, is going to really give her a hard time, in my opinion, because she's going to snap it out there, then she's going to move, snap it out there, move, she's going to turn. Think about who's training her. Tony Harrison. He's a very good boxer. He's actually improving her ability to use the ring in her favor, use her length, I guess you could say, her reach advantage, the little bit of height advantage that she seems to have over a lot of her opponents. She's able to use that to create distance, and then she uses really good footwork. Sometimes she gets a little heavy-footed, but for the most part, it's only because she's trying to sit out on her shots and get that replay of that amazing stoppage where she kind of short-circuited her opponent. She's still been looking for that shot since then. That said, it's not the only part of her game, and she can box you. This is going to prove to be troublesome for Elam, because I just saw where in the Pursoon fight, she wasn't moving away from the shots. When the little bit of angle was created, she stood there and just waited and just turned into the next shot. And defensively, these are things you don't want. You can't take that many punches, clean punches from AB like she did against Pursoon, because you're probably going to get set down. I could potentially see a KO in this fight, but I see kind of a one-sided boxing match for the most part. Now, on the flip side, what I did like about Elam in that fight against Pursoon was that she continued to fight throughout. She didn't sit down. She didn't give up, and she was getting tagged and caught. She's actually pretty durable, because I never really saw her buzzed. While I did see her taking a lot of combinations, she was able to just stay in the fight and get her shots off too. Again, she'll catch a couple of your shots. She'll take a couple on the gloves, take a couple on the chin, but then she's going to throw back 2 or 3 of her own. Sometimes they will be wild, but when she can land, she lands a good shot. Her accuracy needs to improve in order to do well against Baumgardner, because she's not somebody that's going to be there if you wait too long to fire back. So I could see a back and forth match. And if you're really listening closely to what I'm saying, I'm really trying to dig deep and find a path to victory for Elam, and it's just not there. I'm not going to predict the winner yet, because I want to see if I can find more footage on both, and then I'll be able to kind of look at the betting lines, and then I can really determine who's going to win this fight. But in my opinion, I can see Baumgardner just maybe styling a little bit, and this fight may go longer than necessary because she's not looking for the knockout. If she's smart, she shouldn't look for the knockout right away. She should definitely take her time. Maybe, as they say, play with her food a little bit. I don't like to disrespect a boxer like that, but I feel like she might carry this fight a little bit to get the rounds in and then eventually get a stoppage. But I want to see a little bit more film to be for sure. I do, if I had to grade like three categories: offensive firepower, defensive footwork. I'm gonna say firepower. I could call them even because I feel like both would throw. Both are going to engage. They're going to stay in the fight. So I would say that's even. Footwork, I'm going to give to Baumgardner because I feel like she can create angles. She pops in and out of range. I think that favors her. And then obviously defense. I don't see AB get hit as much as Ellen was getting hit versus Pursoon. And then in some of the other things I saw her taking some shots. Now I did look at some training for the AB fight, and Elam looks to be working a little bit on some slips and some defense and a little bit of rolling and firing shots off that. If she can incorporate that in her game, that kind of changes my perspective. And again, I'm going to watch some more film later in the week. I'm going to come back and get my prediction with a little bit, I guess, keys to victory leading to my prediction of the fight. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Alicia Baumgardner versus Elam Mekhaled coming up this Saturday on the Zone for the undisputed title in their weight class. If you guys would go ahead and please leave some comments, I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm now exiting the booth. This has been T Word. I'm out. Peace.